Hello to you, good evening, I'm Edward Salt. Their parents died when an RAF helicopter crashed into the side of a hill. Now the children of the victims say they are determined to get answers. 29 people were killed when an RAF Chinook crashed on the Mull of Kintyre in June 1994. It was carrying leading security personnel and remains one of the worst RAF peacetime losses of life. The Ministry of Defence says it was a tragic accident, but families say they want a public inquiry to examine safety concerns about the Chinook and to release documents sealed by the MOD for 100 years. Bryony Leyland has been to Preston Candover near Basingstoke to meet the family of Major Gary Sparks, who died in the crash.
There we are.
Oh, that's sweet, isn't it?
For Lucy Sparks and her mum Sue, these are precious pages. Lucy and her twin brother were just 2 years old when their father, Major Gary Sparks, died in an RAF Chinook helicopter crash in 1994. Their sister Esme was 7.
Looking back at days on the beach, in the woods, birthday celebrations, Christmas celebrations, it has been really lovely to have that as a kind of treasure over the years. But aside from that, you know, no first-hand memories myself, so a lot of that has come through my mum, my sister, and that's kind of how I've been able to build a picture of my dad, who I understand was a social butterfly, an entertainer, a prankster, the fun one really, so what we've missed out on, you know.
Major Gary Sparks served with the Royal Artillery. During a posting to Northern Ireland, he was flying to a security conference in Scotland when disaster struck.
Good evening. An RAF Chinook helicopter with 29 people on board has crashed in the west of Scotland. It hit a hill in thick fog.
They told me that the helicopter had crashed, but they didn't know if there were any survivors. So I assumed that he, being the fit youngest, one of the youngest on it, I thought, well, he'll be all right. And it wasn't until about 10 o'clock that night that we found out that there were no survivors. Our lives were completely shattered that night.
Those on board the Chinook included senior army officers, members of MI5 and RUC Special Branch. After the crash, the pilots were blamed and found to be grossly negligent. But after a long campaign, Flight Lieutenants Jonathan Tapper and Richard Cook were exonerated. Last year, a BBC documentary highlighted concerns about the Chinook's airworthiness and revealed that documents relating to the incident won't be released until 2094, 100 years on from the crash.
We want to know who is being protected as a result of those documents being locked away and hidden to a time where even our children, my daughter will be in her 70s, we'll all be long dead and gone. And so that's why we feel that we need to kind of fight that and get to the bottom of that.
I want openness and accountability. I want to know exactly what happened that night, and I want to know why.
Lucy, her sister Esme and mum gathered with other families to mark the 31st anniversary of the crash earlier this month. 47 so-called Chinook children are leading a campaign demanding a public inquiry examine all the evidence.
There's clear evidence that the aircraft was not airworthy. There had been an order grounding all of this type of Mark II Chinook, which had these known problems. All the past investigations have only looked at parts of the material in isolation, and they've come to conclusions about what didn't happen. What they haven't done is come to the conclusion as to why these people died, and it's that explanation that the family are entitled to.
The Ministry of Defence says records held in the National Archives contain personal information relating to third-party individuals, and early release of those documents would breach their data protection rights. They told us the Mull of Kintyre crash was a tragic accident, and our thoughts and sympathies remain with the families, friends and colleagues of all those who died. They added they are considering their response to campaigners' legal action, and it would be inappropriate to comment further.
Did you see about the PMQs yesterday, Sis? Did you have a look at that?
Discussing progress on the campaign, Lucy and her sister Esme are determined to keep up the pressure.
We've waited 31 years, so we need answers.
They continue to feel the loss and the absence of their father.
We've been dismissed and then we've been met sort of with a wall of silence. So we are very, very keen to move forward. We are very keen to continue the fight. Grief will never go away, but I think this will be a big part of it if we can get the answers that we want. So answers are absolutely critical.
Lucy Sparks sending that report from Bryony Lake.